Have you ever been told that kindness is the ultimate virtue? That we should always put others first, no matter what? We grow up hearing it everywhere, from parents, teachers, even movies. Be kind, they say. Always help others before yourself. But let me ask you, has anyone ever warned you that being too kind can actually hurt you? That it can drain not just your wallet, but also your emotional energy, your mental health, and in some cases, even put your safety at risk? The truth is, we live in a world where kindness is a beautiful value, but it can easily be exploited. While it feels good to help others, not everyone will return your kindness. In fact, some might take advantage of it again and again until you're left exhausted, angry, and wondering why you feel so empty inside. Imagine giving everything you have, your time, your money, your energy, and then realizing no one is there when you need support. It's a painful wake-up call that many of us learn the hard way. And it's not because kindness is bad, but because unchecked kindness can become self-destructive. In this video, we're going to talk about the hidden dangers of being too nice. I'll share with you 8 surprising and painful consequences of extreme kindness, things you might have never considered but need to know if you want to protect your well-being. But don't worry, we won't leave you hanging there. I'll also give you 4 powerful strategies you can start using today to set healthy boundaries and keep people from taking advantage of your good heart. So, before you give your all to the world, take a moment to think, are you really helping others, or slowly losing yourself? Let's dive in and discover how you can stay kind, but strong, wise, and balanced at the same time. Now that we've opened our eyes to the dangers of extreme kindness, let's dive deeper. Because the truth is, when you give too much, it doesn't just drain you, it can completely change how the world sees you, and even how you see yourself. So here are 8 hidden consequences of being too kind that you need to understand if you want to protect your mental and emotional health. Green circle keycap 1. You set unrealistic expectations for others. Let's be honest. Deep down, when we give a lot, we usually hope to receive at least a little bit back. Maybe it's support, maybe it's gratitude, maybe just a simple thank you. But as the Stoics taught us, true peace comes from accepting things as they are, not from depending on other people's reactions. When you pour your heart into helping everyone around you, and they don't give back, it hits hard. You might start to feel disappointed, exhausted, and even resentful. It's like cooking a huge dinner for your friends, expecting laughter and appreciation, but they show up late, eat quickly, and leave without saying goodbye. It hurts. When we stop expecting people to return our kindness, we free ourselves from this emotional roller coaster. It doesn't mean we stop giving, it means we give without tying our happiness to their response. Orange circle keycap 2. People start expecting you to give all the time. Humans are creatures of habit. Once someone gets used to you saying yes, they'll keep coming back. It's like a free coffee refill, the first time feels amazing, but eventually, they stop appreciating it and just assume it's always there. When you always help, people begin to see you as a permanent safety net. And the more you do for them, the less they take responsibility for their own lives. In the long run, this doesn't just drain you, it also weakens them. You're not helping them grow, you're enabling their dependency. And the scariest part? Most people won't ever tell you to focus on yourself. They'll keep taking as long as you keep giving. Purple circle keycap 3. Your own goals get pushed aside. Ask yourself this: when was the last time you focused purely on your own dreams, without guilt? Too often, when we prioritize others, we end up running away from our own needs and fears. Imagine working all week to support someone else's goals, only to realize you haven't even taken a single step toward your own. It's like trying to fill everyone's glass while yours stays empty. When you sacrifice your own care, you lose balance and slowly erode your sense of self. You can't truly help others if you're constantly neglecting your own mental and physical health. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Sometimes, you need to drink first, and that's not selfish. That's survival. Red circle keycap 4. You might be seen as weak. People admire strength and boundaries, not endless sacrifice. When you never say no, some people start to see you not as generous, but as weak. Have you ever noticed that the more you say yes, the more they pile onto you? The moment you finally say no, you'll see a shift. Suddenly, they respect you. They understand that your time and energy have value. Setting boundaries doesn't make you cold-hearted. It makes you a stronger, more respected human being. The Stoics believed in self-discipline and setting limits to earn true respect, and they were absolutely right. Black Circle Keycap 5. You attract takers, not givers. When you're always giving, you start attracting people who only want to take. They see your kindness as an open buffet, not a genuine relationship. Instead of building strong, balanced connections, you find yourself surrounded by people who drain your energy, your time, and sometimes even your money. It's like having a magnet for people who are lost, negative, or just opportunistic. And before you know it, your energy drops, and your world feels heavy. If you want to attract healthy, positive people into your life, you must first protect your own energy. You can still be kind, but with clear boundaries. White Circle Keycap 6. You risk falling into addictions. When you give too much and feel empty, your mind starts looking for something to fill the void. Sometimes, that something isn't healthy. It can be alcohol, overeating, gambling, or endless scrolling on your phone. It can start innocently, a glass of wine to relax, a snack to comfort yourself. But before you know it, these habits take control. The Stoics taught us to remain steady and self-controlled, avoiding extremes in all things. Pay attention to your loved ones when they express concern. Your first instinct might be to deny, to say I'm fine, but often, they see what we can't. Their feedback might be the mirror you need to finally see the cracks you've been ignoring. Blue Circle Keycap 7. People might question your motives. Here's the harsh reality: not everyone trusts pure kindness. When you're too nice, some people think you have a hidden agenda. They might wonder, what does this person really want? Why are they so helpful? Instead of gratitude, they give you suspicion. This is especially true in a world that often rewards selfishness over selflessness. And even though your intentions are good, you might find yourself misunderstood, or worse, avoided. It's frustrating, but it's a reality you must face if you want to keep your kindness from becoming a curse. Black Circle Keycap 8. You invite hidden resentment in others and yourself. When you're too kind, not only do others start to resent your boundaries, or lack of them, but you also start to resent them. You might silently ask yourself, why can't they see I'm tired, or why can't they help me for once? That hidden frustration builds up over time and can explode in unexpected ways. Meanwhile, the people around you may also feel guilty or awkward, wondering if they can ever really reciprocate your efforts. Ultimately, you create a cycle of emotional tension that could have been avoided with clear, healthy boundaries. Lightbulb final thoughts on these 8 consequences. Being kind is beautiful. It can change lives, open hearts, and make the world a better place. But kindness without balance becomes a silent poison, slowly draining your energy, your joy, and your sense of self. When we give from a place of strength and self-respect, our kindness becomes sustainable and even more powerful. As we move forward, I'll share 4 proven strategies to protect your heart while keeping your kindness alive. Stay tuned, because learning to guard your energy is one of the most liberating gifts you can give yourself and the world. Now that we've talked about the hidden dangers of being too kind, you might be wondering, how can I keep my big heart without getting burned out or taken advantage of? That's a great question. Because kindness should never mean losing yourself. It should mean sharing from a place of strength, not sacrifice. So let's dive into 4 powerful strategies to protect your kindness while keeping your spirit strong and alive. Green Circle Strategy number 1: listen to your feelings, they're messengers. Most of us are taught to ignore our feelings. We're told to toughen up, keep going, just help a little more. But the truth is, your emotions are like personal alarms. If you're feeling constantly tired, irritated, or resentful, those aren't just random moods, they're signs. They're your mind and body screaming, hey, you're giving too much. You're losing balance. Imagine driving a car with the oil light on, but you keep ignoring it because you're too busy. Eventually, the car breaks down. Your mind and body work the same way. Pay attention to when you feel drained after helping someone. Do you feel light and joyful, or heavy and resentful? If it's the latter, that's your sign to step back and reassess. Listening to your feelings doesn't make you selfish. It makes you wise. It allows you to protect your energy so you can continue to be there for the people who truly matter and for yourself. Orange Circle Strategy number 2: don't be afraid to say no. Let's face it, no is one of the scariest words for many of us. We fear rejection, conflict, or disappointing people we care about. But here's a powerful truth: saying no isn't a rejection of the person, it's a protection of yourself. Your time and energy are your most valuable currencies. When you spend them carelessly, you go into emotional debt. The Stoics taught that self-control and clear boundaries are acts of strength and wisdom. Practice saying no in small situations first. Maybe someone asks you to stay late at work, or a friend asks for a favor that feels too heavy right now. Instead of immediately saying yes, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, is this really okay for me? Or will this push me beyond my limit? Remember, every yes to someone else is a no to something else, often your rest, your health, or your goals. So the next time you feel that guilt rising when you say no, remind yourself, you're not being rude. You're practicing self-respect. Blue circle strategy number 3, create and protect your personal time. In our busy world, it's easy to feel like every moment should be productive or given away to someone else. But if you don't carve out time for yourself, you'll end up running on empty, and that serves no one. Block out time in your calendar that's just for you. It could be an hour in the morning to stretch and meditate, an afternoon to read your favorite book, or a weekend hike alone. Treat this time as non-negotiable, like an important meeting with your boss or a critical doctor's appointment. If someone asks for your help during that time, politely decline or reschedule. You can say something like, "I'd love to help you, but I already have plans during that time. Could we find another moment that works for both of us?" This isn't about being rigid or selfish. It's about making sure you have the space to recharge. Because when you're rested and fulfilled, you can show up as your best self in every area of life. And here's a powerful secret: people respect those who respect themselves. By protecting your personal time, you teach others to value your boundaries, too. Purple circle strategy number 4, recognize and distance yourself from energy vampires. We all know at least one in the friend or coworker who always complains, who drains your energy with every conversation, who never seems to improve no matter how much you support them. These people are what we call energy vampires. Their negativity can pull you down into their emotional chaos. And if you're a naturally kind and empathetic person, you're their favorite target. But here's something important to understand: you can't save someone who doesn't want to be saved. You can't fix someone who doesn't want to change. The Stoics believed in focusing on what we can control, and other people's attitudes and choices are not among them. When you keep trying to help someone who refuses to take responsibility, you sacrifice your peace, and you reinforce their helplessness. Instead, choose to invest your energy in people who uplift you and in activities that nourish your soul. This doesn't mean you need to cut people off harshly or be cruel. You can simply create distance with compassion. Limit your time with them, set clear boundaries, and don't let their emotional storms become your own. Speech balloon: a quick reflection before we move on. Ask yourself, who are the people or situations that leave me feeling drained? When was the last time I did something purely for myself? Am I afraid of saying no? If so, why? These questions aren't meant to make you feel guilty, they're here to guide you toward greater balance and freedom. Kindness is a superpower, but only when it's paired with self-respect. When you learn to listen to your feelings, set clear boundaries, create sacred time for yourself, and distance yourself from those who drain you, your kindness becomes stronger, brighter, and far more impactful. Glowing star: final invitation before we continue. As we move forward, I'll show you how to combine these strategies with practical daily actions so that your kindness feels like a gift, not a burden. So stay with me. You're about to unlock a new chapter of your life where you can be kind without losing yourself, strong without closing your heart, and generous without burning out. As we wrap up today's journey, I want you to remember something powerful, something the ancient Stoics understood thousands of years ago: balance is everything. We live in a world that often glorifies extremes. Go all in, give it your all, never say no. But the Stoics taught us a wiser path. They believed that true virtue lives in the middle ground, not in giving too little, and not in giving too much. Think about it like watering a plant. If you give it too little water, it withers and dies. But if you flood it every single day, it also drowns. The plant doesn't need endless water, it needs enough water, at the right time, to grow strong and healthy. The same goes for our kindness. When we give too little, we might seem cold or selfish. But when we give too much, we drain our own energy, time, and even our finances. We start to lose ourselves piece by piece, becoming a ghost in our own lives, always present for others, but absent for ourselves. And here's something I want you to truly let sink in: the word no is not an attack. It's not a rejection of others, it's a protection of you. It's a magical word that creates space for you to breathe, to rest, and to reconnect with what really matters to you. When we learn to say no with grace and clarity, we create boundaries that are not walls to keep people out, but fences that define where we end and where others begin. Those fences protect the garden of our mind and spirit, allowing us to continue being kind in a sustainable, genuine way. I know it's not easy. Maybe you were raised to believe that self-worth comes from constant giving, that being good means sacrificing your needs. Maybe you've been told that your value depends on how much you can offer others. But here's a question to ponder: what if your true value comes not from emptying yourself, but from being fully alive and present? What if the most powerful act of kindness you can offer the world is showing up as your best, most authentic self, balanced, joyful, and whole? Imagine a life where you give from a full cup, not a depleted one. Where you wake up each day feeling energized instead of exhausted, excited instead of resentful. Imagine being able to help your friends, support your family, and serve your community, but never at the cost of your own soul. This isn't just possible, it's necessary. The Stoics didn't want us to shut down our hearts. They wanted us to open them in a way that was wise and strong. They believed that every act of giving should come from a place of inner abundance, not obligation or fear. So, as you step back into your life after watching this video, I invite you to carry these ideas with you. Embrace the balance. Remember that no is a sacred word. Protect your energy as fiercely as you protect your loved ones. Trust that true kindness, rooted in self-respect, is far more impactful than endless sacrifice. When you live this way, something magical happens. Your relationships deepen. People start to respect your boundaries, and those who don't naturally fall away. You become a lighthouse, not because you chase every ship in the storm, but because you stand firm and shine bright, guiding others from a place of strength. And if you ever feel doubt creeping in, if you ever hear that little voice telling you you're being selfish for choosing yourself, just remember, you are not here to be everything for everyone. You are here to be the best version of yourself, and that alone is enough. Before we end, I have a small request. If this video made you think, if it helped you see kindness in a new light, or if you felt even a tiny spark of inspiration, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you want to dive deeper into these ideas and learn how to truly apply Stoicism to your daily life, check out our free ebook on Stoic wisdom in the link below. It's filled with practical tools and insights to help you build resilience, set boundaries, and live with more clarity and purpose. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I appreciate you, your open mind, and your willingness to grow. Now, go out there and share your kindness, but remember, always start by being kind to yourself first. See you in the next video.